All right, cool.
We're live.
Looks like we're live. I think we're on.
Awesome.
All right, so if you're watching, thank you for tuning in to the Serial Port live stream. This is our first time doing a live stream with a guest. So we have Evan from Dialup Chronicles joining us tonight. And I stumbled on Evan's live stream maybe close to a year ago. He's the only person I've seen on YouTube doing live streaming with Dialup, so which was super fascinating to me because on our channel, the Serial Port, we spend a lot of time recreating the technology of Dialup, the backend, and what the ISP was like. And Evan is just going full in on the user experience personally. So he's subjecting himself to the slow speeds of Dialup and figuring out how to make it work, and yeah, showing the world on YouTube. So thanks for joining, Evan. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this?
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I'm so happy to be on your show. It's really cool. Everybody in my little world is y'all are like a big time over there. So really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I guess like people of our age, and we grew up with dial-up. It's the first thing we remember. The first experience we remember using the internet was with dial-up, and I guess it's just like you kind of think of like the show Happy Days. Happy Days, I think, aired in the 70s, and it was based on culture of the 50s. And I guess that kind of happened to me in my childhood. Like just one day, it just like in my 30s sometime, I just thought, wonder how awesome, what it would be like to use dial-up today. Like a functional nostalgia, you know, not just like recreating something, but like a functional nostalgia. I thought of it like that. Like how can it still work today in modern times, but still be able to experience what we experienced, you know. Golly, now it's been 25 plus years, really. And I guess about 6 years ago, like 2018, 2017, 2018, this bug hit me. And I started getting old computers out of the closet, and I couldn't really get anything to work. And then my wife, who was my girlfriend back then, found her old school computer, and we brought it to my mom's house. I was with my mom at the time, and she still had, and I do too, but she still had a traditional landline phone. And we just plugged that. She brought the computer over. It was still working. It had a modem inside. We took the phone wire and plugged it from the wall into the modem, and it was just amazing because she had Juno. She had a Juno account on there, and Juno is like one of the last surviving ISP, dial-up ISP providers. And her account, it just worked.
Oh, you mean it was like saved on the computer from years ago?
Yes, from years ago.
You probably weren't expecting it to work.
Not at all. Not like that. Not like that. I mean, you know, she had dial-up. Like they stayed with dial-up to almost 2006 or something crazy like that. I don't know how they survived on it as a family back then, but anyway, she still had a current account, and Juno recognized the account. And then I was able to use the browsers on her computer at that time, which was like what's kind of on this computer right now, a form of Netscape Navigator. And it just, you know, now I could barely get any website to work at the time because I had no idea like what avenues, what channels I had to go through to find websites that still work with those older servers. But that's what started it. And like my little trailer that I have on YouTube now was actually something I posted on Facebook like 6 years ago and kept that. And that was one of the first times I was really experimenting with putting it on video. And I did a couple more Facebook Lives before the pandemic. And then the pandemic happened, and well, that threw everybody off. Huh? Everybody went into another world and dimension in their mind.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, got through that. And then in 2021, I was like, oh man, I was somehow able to keep a landline. I didn't live with my mom anymore at the, I was living, you know, me and Kayla had just gotten married, my wife. And I thought, man, this would be cool to like do it for real, like make a channel. And somehow we were able to get a landline with AT&T. The trick is like, you just keep calling them. You just keep calling them, and eventually you get the right person that will give you a landline. Like, I don't think that works anymore today, but it did in 2021. Well, anyway, we can get into that. Actually, it goes back to 2019, and then I kind of just kept moving the service from then on. But yeah, I just started making videos, and then I had to start from scratch again because my wife's hard drive went bad. And so then I couldn't figure out how to set up Juno again. And that was a fun thing in itself. But that basically got me to where I am now, streaming dial-up internet about once a week on average with an old computer. Still my wife's old computer, just with a few new parts. But
cool.
Yeah.
So y'all first got the dial-up working at your mom's house because she had a landline. And
Correct.
then like when was the moment like you thought, oh, I want to like show this off and like show it on the live stream or video?
Yeah, not too long after. So I was living with my mom for a short time. I was kind of in between. I had moved out to another spot in where I live, and then I moved back and got a job back there close to where my mom lived, and she let me stay there for a little while. And then I finally got myself back together and moved out. And somehow we got the landline in the apartment I moved to. Actually, my mom called. I called a couple times, and they said, no, we don't provide analog anymore. So this was 2019. Yeah, no, it might have been 2018. Somewhere right in there. And she called them, and then she said, Evan, get over here. And he put me on the phone with some guy, sounded like from the Middle East or something, like, oh yes, we can give you the analog, the one that works when the electricity goes out. I'm like, oh wow. So they came and installed that. And I guess somewhere within the next 6 months, I had I don't have Facebook anymore. Maybe I should get that again, but I had Facebook at the time, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So started like playing around with Facebook, just here and there. And then, but it wasn't until 2021 where I was like, let's do this for real. Like, let's make this a channel. Let's make this like a thing where we just discover, like I said, that word, I like that idea of like functional nostalgia. Let's make this like dial up a functional thing. And let's show people it today, you know? And,
yeah. I mean, I certainly resonate with the functional part, because that's so common with like nostalgia and like retro computing is like, oh, could we get some old computer? Or like Ben and I play with old BBS, is like, can we get it working? Like the answer is usually like, yeah, we can get it, like, but then what?
Like that bowling thing y'all did. Like y'all made that that bowling server work again. Did y'all open a bowling alley yet?
I got super into this bowling rabbit hole back when we were working on that. But yeah, we could talk about that more later. Okay. But just going back to how you put together your channel, I was looking at your old videos and live streams, trying to figure out the timeline. And it looks like the current content you have started around 2022. Okay. And so I'm going to ask you, the first video on your channel, you're opening a Mindspring CD. So do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah. So that was, okay. So it's 2022. I was close the time, but, yeah. So that's when my wife's hard drive got messed up, and like, on that computer, the hard drive on that computer got messed up. And, So I couldn't use Juno. I couldn't do anything. Like I started from scratch. Like I lost all my magic dial-up power and I had to start from scratch again. It was kind of a neat experience, but so I was just trying anything. And I found this MindSpring CD on eBay or something. I thought, well, we'll make a video out of that and start with that. Start with something. Yep. I knew everything was going to work out because I had the landline. I already had the landline. I'm like, I just need the functioning hardware now. I just need to figure out how to make it function because it's going to function. It's like the landline is the thing you can't get anymore, the traditional home phone. So I had that. Like I had the beginnings, I had the beginning of the pyramid. I had the foundation. So
yeah, it's like layer one. Got to have the landline.
Yeah. So the MindSpring CD was just like, okay, I can't get Juno to work. I can't get this to work. I can't get anything. Let's just try MindSpring. Whoa, what will happen if I set the CD up like it was, like if it was 1995 kind of thing? Yeah. And
wait, did the MindSpring CD actually work? I didn't watch to the end.
It did. I mean, like it dialed the access number, but then like that was it. Like, and it installed the program. It's funny now that everything works. I think I was using a different computer. Okay, so that's what happened. I have my old computer too, but so like my wife's old computer hard drive went down, couldn't use that computer at all. So now I was trying to make this other old computer work that I had from childhood. And that didn't have Juno or anything set up on it. So that was starting from scratch. So I thought, well, let me try the MindSpring CD. But now that everything works on that computer, it's another computer, not this one. But that will actually connect. You can actually dial an access number and it will say it's connected, but it won't function. I can't like do anything on the application itself, but it will connect. So that was a big thing. That was the secret about making Juno work from scratch. It was weird because that 800 number, it tries to dial an 800 number first.
Did you like the sign up process?
Yeah, and that 800 number doesn't work. So the secret is you have to find the access number in your area, dial the access number through the local, like, through your local, you set it up on dial-up networking, you dial in that way with the access number, and then you go back on the Juno application, and then all of a sudden it thinks it's connected and it will set up your account, and then the Juno software will work. And that's what I did for the longest time.
Until you were like paying, you signed up and you had to like pay for a Juno subscription.
Yeah, Juno Turbo Accelerated is $29.95 a month. I did that for a little while, but there is a free version too. But the free version doesn't work very well, or at least it hasn't for me using these older computers. But then some of the people on my stream and on Discord from Canada, nonetheless, suggested something called Dial-Up for Less. They're an actual ISP, and you call their number, and it's like this one guy in his house. And I started using them. They work a lot better, but I've been using Juno for the longest time. And
so once you got your dial-up, your system all working, I guess, did you start? I think on YouTube, it looks like you started posting live streams in January of 2024. Does that sound right?
Yes.
So we're coming up on 2 years of you doing the live streams.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the live stream, the thing with the live stream, like I said, I watch a bunch of live streams, and mostly I watch like retro gamers, like playing old video games, old computer games. And I thought, man, nobody does retro, like live stream computing, like internet surfing with dial-up. thinking, I don't know anybody else that does anything like that. I thought, man, because I guess I wanted to get into that retro something live streaming scene. And I'm like, well, everybody else is playing video games. I don't want to do that. Like a million people are like, there's probably 100 people on YouTube at least right now live streaming a video game, like as we speak, you know, and then Twitch, that's a whole nother world. I thought, man, what if I live stream dial-up? That'll be so cool because nobody else is doing that. So I wanted to do it for a while. I just didn't know how. But I watched a video by you've heard of Mac 84.
Yeah.
He made a video of like, you know, how to put your computer on OBS and all that. And I showed the video to my wife, and then that year for Christmas of 2023, she got me all the stuff I needed to properly scale an older computer. The biggest thing is the scaler. And then we started doing it, and then that was it. It was just awesome.
Nice. And yeah, so you mentioned back then, yeah, you got the stuff for Christmas, and you had a shout out to the technology guy. So is that an old friend?
Oh yeah, the technology guy, man. Oh, that's another thing too. So that's a weird thing about this whole niche is that like there's a lot of people that watch my stream are like younger, like in their teenage years, like 19, 18, 17. There's a trend of like younger people being into older equipment. And so like, you know, 3 or 4, yeah, I'd say at least 3 or 4 people that watch the stream consistently are like, you know, 20 years younger than me. And I just find that really fascinating. They're into something that they never actually got to experience themselves. But technology guy was just an early person that started watching my videos. And he's actually, he's in a whole nother country. I've never actually, you know, met him face to face or anything, but he's just, he's an awesome fan and friend of the channel. He even, he called my phone internationally, my landline, while I was surfing the web with a VoIP landline, and we did that on the stream. I don't remember what stream that was, but yeah. So it was cool because I got some early people that consistently watched the videos and came to the stream. It, you know, became like a small community.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you about is the younger audience, because that has also surprised Ben and I with the content we've put out on the serial port. Like it appeals to several different age ranges, and I think that is like one of the enigmas, is like why, you know, there are reasons obviously, but you know, like why are the younger people interested in it?
Yeah, I mean, that is really fascinating. I think some people are just smarter. Meaning, I think some people just really are, and maybe not necessarily smarter, but they're just fascinated. Like, oh, okay, I'm in this now. How did this start? You know, this is what I do now. This is how I function on computers now. What's the origin? What does it go back to? What's the lineage? Just like ancient history, I guess. Some people are just really fascinated by that, I guess. And
yeah, I don't know. The history is awesome, and I guess there's like the whole, you know, people just being fed up with the modern internet and technology, and it's like, oh, like everything was getting better and better and better, then like why are we also unhappy with it? So there's like the quest for how things used to be. Anyway, I mean, that's a topic we could talk for hours about.
I know. No, I mean, real quickly, I remember like when I was a teenager in high school, I was musically inclined, playing guitar, playing drums, doing different things. And I was, you know, it was the 90s and I was playing Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton and The Who. you know, all bands from like the 70s, late 60s, maybe early 80s. And I thought, oh man, I'm so connected because I'm into this older stuff. I'm not like the rest of these. I'm not like the normal other high school kids that are into Nirvana and Nine Inch Nails and Smashing Pumpkins, which is now retro.
True.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Were you,
So I guess.
did you play All Along the Watchtower?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was like my favorite. One of my favorite songs in high school.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So
how'd you come up with the name of Dialup Chronicles?
I guess, like, I mean, obviously there's that channel, the Computer Chronicles, is really famous. And I thought about like what they do. The Computer Chronicles was like a news show that kept you up to date with what was happening in computer world at that time. And I guess I kind of thought of my channel like that, like going back to the functional nostalgia thing, like kind of showing people the state of dial-up today and like what you can do with it today, like, and what resources are still available today. Not in, you know, maybe not as in depth, but more in a like a current newsletter state with the stream and stuff, I guess. Yeah, something like that.
No,
but like
yeah,
I'm chronicling, because like you said, you stumbled on my stream and you watched like the connection fall a million times, and like, you know, it's not like a video like where you can edit it and make it right and make it how you want. It's like you're seeing all the mistakes happen. So it's like chronicling, you know, the dial-up experience. So I guess like that's why I wanted to use that term.
Yeah, that's good. Let's talk. I want to hear a little bit more about the POTS line. I know you've done, you know, testing on VoIP as well as POTS. I'm assuming that the analog POTS line is like generally a lot better all around.
Yeah, unless it's broken. unless
it rained last night.
Yeah, it rains. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, when it's working, it's working. As you can see, like the if anybody's been watching, I'm downloading some random file with your ISP, actually, by the way. And you can see the green line up here. And you can see how steady it is. Like if I was using VoIP, you would have like a black chasm right here and then more green and then another black chasm. But with the POTS line, it like, you know, you can test how steady it is by downloading something and watching the steadiness of the download. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, interestingly, the connection is partially VoIP. It is coming in to VoIP on my side here.
Well, that's true, but yeah, see, there's a mystery about that, because a lot of the people on my stream have also said, well, yeah, even though I have a POTS landline and everything in my neighborhood is copper, it's still going to AT&T, and I imagine it turns into fiber somewhere, but there's still something about the POTS line. It's still like a guy, I call him the backbone of my channel because he helps me install all the programs and keeps this computer running. The reason this computer runs is because of my friend named Jot Dot, and he's always on the stream. He made a website for us, and we have a Discord together, and Jot Dot. But he said something about like, even though it's going into VoIP somewhere down the line, it's still a dedicated line versus if I was calling from here from VoIP. But I don't quite understand that. It's a bit of the technical side I really don't understand too much, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very hit or miss, or kind of like a dark art. So many variables in play. So you're normally using the analog line, and I know you've posted videos of like having to, you know, make repair requests with AT&T. The texts come out, and are they like, dude, are you okay? Like, why are you using dial-up? Like, what's the conversation like?
You know, it's funny. I think they're just really, they're, I guess they don't really care too much. They don't really ask me. I have to like kind of spark the conversation. I'm like, well, you know, I still have a landline because of this. But and I kind of freak about because like the one repairman came and I had this GoPro, like I'm running out the door with it, like, do you mind if I film you repairing? He's like, oh, okay, sure. But they will tell me, like, you know, one guy said, you know, enjoy it while you can because they're going to put fiber in here soon. And that was their biggest thing. Like the other repairman just told me how much better they like working with fiber, and like, you know, that this, they, you know, they can't believe they could, well, they couldn't believe that there was still copper in my neighborhood because I'm so close to a college, the big college here in Louisiana, LSU. And they couldn't believe that this neighborhood still had copper. They were kind of surprised at that. But a couple guys thought it was cool. They thought it was funny that I still was using dial-up. This one guy did. This one guy, one time, well, two different repairmen. One repairman, I came and showed him my setup. And then one time, AT&T Uverse came trying to sell me Uverse. This was a different time. This was years ago. And I actually brought him in the house and went on dial-up to show him the internet with dial-up. And it was two guys. One was closer to my age, so he remembered it. And the other guy was like probably 19, 18, 19. He was like, what the hell is this? Why does it make that sound? Why does it have to make that sound? That
was some really on-the-job training.
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to sell me AT&T Uverse. Like, I have AT&T. It's home phone. I don't know how that was. I don't know how they had access to Uverse, and they might have been still using DSL at the time somehow. I don't know, because that was that was way back in 2018 when that particular event happened. But anyway, or 2019.
Well, I remember. I remember here in North Carolina, AT&T had the Uverse product. This is probably close to like 2010, and originally Uverse was still a copper thing.
Right,
it was like the next generation of DSL.
Right. Yeah, so maybe it was something like that, because I don't think. My understanding is what happens is, like, if they were to put fiber in my neighborhood, they would remove the copper and they would put the fiber where the copper is now, like literally put it in the same spot, because that's what they own. That's the area of segmented area that they actually own. It's not just the material itself, it's where the material is, I think. You know, it's got yeah. Try to just articulate that better, but anyway, you know, it's kind of like that segment behind your house. If you have a ditch and you have the electrical wire, like the electrical company owns that little narrow area between the back of your house and the ditch, you know, like that's their property. They could actually go in there and do whatever they want, even if it messes up your backyard. You know, it's that kind of thing.
The right of way.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. So for people watching, thank you for tuning in. We're talking to Dialup Chronicles, and after this interview live stream, Evan's going to be streaming later tonight on his channel. So go check out Dialup Chronicles, which is linked in the description here. We can do some hands-on, get into it here, and then Evan will do like a ton more later tonight as well. So if you're interested in this type of content, tune into his live stream as well later tonight.
Yeah, come check it out. And I'll probably adjust that time. I set a time because I didn't know how long we would stream, but I'll probably start within like, I think I'm going to start within 15 minutes of this ending. So like, I'm bounce, you know, if you need more, come on. Anyway.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll do about 30 minutes more on our channel, and then take a break, and then we'll move over to Evan's channel. And I had a bunch of questions I wanted to ask, but I'm going to check the live chat for questions as well. So if you have any burning questions, I'm checking the live chat now, and then we're going to do some stuff. Oh, cool. Ricky Cook is on, or was on. Thanks for joining, Ricky. Oh, and I should mention, this is part of the 12 days of dial-upness, right? We're on day 7.
Yeah. That was, I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool. You know, like, so I love watching YouTubers now during the Christmas time, because they do Christmas specials and live stream specials. Like, kind of like when we were kids, we'd watch Charlie Brown Christmas on television, but now I've transferred that nostalgia to YouTube, watching, you know, YouTubers doing specials on YouTube. And I thought, oh, I want to offer that to others. Like, you know, Dave offered it to me, like with dial-up. So that's where I thought it'd be cool to try that this year. Just 12 straight days of streaming, you know, sort of Christmas theme, you know.
Yeah, 12 days of dial-up is a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of, you said you normally stream like once a week, so like doing 12 consecutive days, like that's kind of a commitment, right?
Yeah, it's a good time to do it, you know, since it's the holidays, and you know, your work schedule is a little bit different, and so I can swing it. It's really been fun. Like, there is something about, you know, I'm still learning to consistently stream, and there's something about when you stream all the time, you know, people are more likely to come back, you know, because they know, okay, he'll be back tomorrow, you know. And I noticed that myself with like YouTubers I watch. Like, I know this guy streams every morning at this time, and I watch him every morning before I go to work, kind of thing, you know. So it's like giving me more energy, you know, because I've had more consistent viewers showing up. They're definitely, the viewers are a big part of streaming. Like, they give you the energy to stream and keep going and like do stuff, and then they want you to do this, install MSN, like you know, 3 or 4, or maybe, yeah, I guess you could say maybe half the things I do on the stream are like requests from people, you know, on the chat, like, oh, can we install this? They'll send me a program through AOL Instant Messenger or something. Install this, you know, program or whatever. So
we've got a couple questions I'll pop in right now with before we move over to doing some dial-up. Do you have a favorite modem?
Yeah, this well, I have 2 modems that I use. They're both apparently US Robotics, and man, dude, we've almost been connected for an hour on your server. That's awesome. But yeah, basically I have 2 main modems. I have an external US Robotics V.92, you know, that black one.
Oh yeah,
it's a pretty popular dial-up modem. And then I have an internal one that is also, yes, yeah. Oh yeah, I have the box for it here too. Yeah, so it came. So yeah. Yeah, right. I had to double box with you. It's a team box, but and I have a second camera now. I like to show the lights while I'm streaming, so you can see those flashing while I go on dial-up. That's my favorite one because it tries to do the 56K. Like when we did a test the other night, you heard the bong. So it'll try to go to 56K, and that's really fun. So that's definitely my favorite one because you can see it. You can see the lights moving. So it gives you like an impression of what the modem's trying to do while you're surfing the web. But the internal modem, I like having the internal modem too, because sometimes, like we talked about, when it rains, the traditional phone line kind of gets distorted or dirty sounding. Like, you know, when you pick up the phone, you get this like kind of hum behind the line. You can still make a phone call, but it's just like you hear this hum. And sometimes, I have no idea why, but the external modem just does not want to connect when the hum is too much. But the internal modem it will still connect.
Is that a US Robotics internal?
We don't know for sure. Like I said, the guy that helps me with all the computer programs, Jot, we looked at it together and we couldn't tell for sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I think it did say, I don't know. I have to go back and look at that. But my computer thinks it's a US Robotics. So.
And let's see. Somebody else asked if you've ever tried dial-up in Linux.
No, I haven't tried dial-up in Linux, but we are like, again, Jot is helping me take my other old computer, and we want to install Linux on it and turn that into a server. And then, because I won't have the POTS line forever, eventually they'll cut it off, I suppose, at some point in time. So the idea is in the future, when I don't have access to that anymore, I'll just be able to dial into that Linux operating system and use it as a server. But I don't have enough RAM on that computer right now. I need 256 megabytes of RAM, and I only have 64. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the sticks for that.
Oh man, I bet I'm sure there's some retro older Linux distro that would work, but yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, this is kind of wild to be streaming on video on broadband and using it to show off dial-up.
Yeah, like what is wrong with us? Yeah, but it's so cool. It's like I was talking to the founder of Proto Web, who made a proxy, like kind of like Internet Archive type deal. Yeah,
so let's jump into it. I'm gonna change the videos around here.
I've got that on right now.
Let's see, maybe there we go.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, this is Proto Web, and okay, so again, just really quickly, this is a Dell computer. This is running, just really quickly, can show the properties. It's running Microsoft Windows 98 SE. It's a Dell Pentium 2 processor, 256 megabytes of RAM. This computer is at least 25 years old. I want to say the only thing I've changed is the hard drive, like I said earlier, pretty much. And then this is Netscape Navigator 4.8. I'm connected to your server right now at 21.6K. And this
so you're
is
dialed
Proto
into so your call, I'll see if I can move the camera, is connected into a Livingston Portmaster, which isn't much to look at, but it's the white box over there in that rack. So that's the digital modem bank that you're dialed into.
That's cool. We can actually see the server I'm dialed into right now.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Proto Web is one of the coolest projects, like in kind of the retro computing category. So if you're not familiar with Proto Web, it's a way to see old websites, kind of like on the Wayback Machine, except they've been manually curated, and a lot of human work has been put into making them functional today.
Right. And it's really simple. This is the one thing that Jot didn't have to tell me step by step what to do. You just go for Netscape, depends what browser you're using, but you just got to find where your proxy thing is. So for me, you go to Edit, you go to Preferences, then you click on Advanced here at the bottom, and then you see Proxies. So you just look for wherever your server says Proxies. And then you go to Manual Proxy Configuration, and then you just, for HTTP, FTP, and for Gopher, you just put wayback.protoweb.org, and then you put the port, 7851. There's 2 port numbers. One is to simulate 56K and one is to just use Ethernet, your Ethernet connection or your broadband connection, and go at the speed of broadband. I think that's 7856. Like for me, it doesn't matter because we're going 21.6. So it doesn't matter what port I use. So I can't remember which one is which, but one is to simulate a 56K connection and one is just to use the full speed of whatever your internet is. And then that's it. You're in Proto Web. So I can type in any website I want and it will go to an archived website that Proto Web has set up.
And the cool thing about Proto Web is it makes the retro experience, an old computer, like useful. It gives you all this functionality. However, it's not limited to that. Even on a modern computer, you can point your proxy to Proto Web or download they have a recommended browser. So you don't even have to touch dial-up if you just want to see what the web looked like in the late 1990s.
No, you don't have to have dial-up. Exactly. That's what makes it so cool. You could set up like a virtual machine running Windows 95, or you could just use whatever's on your computer. And like you said, they have like a dedicated website, right? Is that what you were saying? Or I don't know if you could take like modern browsers on a modern computer and set the proxy on there.
You absolutely can.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, you can experience this on any computer and then see what the old web was like and just type in any website and see we have an old version of AOL.com. I mean, I don't know the specific year and everything, but
1,000 hours. It's so many.
1,000 free hours.
I've got
AOL anywhere.
Ben got a stash of old AOL CDs, so people who lived through the 90s will remember these. This CD has 100 hours. Then they just kept upping the number. It's like 100 and 1,000, like whatever it takes. Just take the freaking CD.
No, yeah, I got some versions on eBay, and every single version, it's more hours. So from like version 2.0 to version 9, the hours increase exponentially. Like, it's crazy. Because I think like 2.5, it's just like 100 free hours or 50 free hours. Yeah, so by then...
I've got a request for you.
Okay, awesome.
So Oliver said they recently restored Blockbuster. So can you load blockbuster.com?
Yes, absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah, I miss like the Netscape, that icon in the top right where you're like watching the comets or the stars or whatever. Like dial-up was so slow, like you needed something to watch, while the content's loading.
It's really important. Like that image is burned in my brain. Those comets, those stars moving, like I remember that more than anything from using dial-up when I was a kid. Like I remember that more than any web page or any video or anything I tried to watch on dial-up. The thing I remember most is this in.
I mean, the future is here.
The future is here, yeah. That was the biggest thing when I started doing this again. I wanted Netscape to work because I hated how Netscape had to turn into Mozilla because of everything that happened during that time, and now Firefox. Like I wanted to use Netscape again. I think that was a big reason too. I was like, can Netscape still work today? And when I got this going for the first time, like this, going to a website with Netscape with dial-up, was just like, wow, this is freaking amazing.
Cool. So what do they have? All right, 1997. So what can you do on here?
Video, music, books, games, news. Where should we go? I guess we click on games, huh? It's so cool how it works, like as if you were on this website in 1997.
Hot titles. Hot was the term back then.
Yeah, it's
I remember hot
baby.
links. People talk about hot links on their site.
Oh yeah, right. Hot links. You're right. Yeah, it's funny because like me and you, we remember when these games came out, like how big of a deal they were. Like especially the Donkey Kong Country series. That was when that first game came out. I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe the graphics on it.
Man, this is a big page.
Anyway.
Yeah, while we're waiting for the page to load, thanks for tuning in. Check out Dialup Chronicles channel, linked in the description. Subscribe to his channel. Check out the live. He'll be running live on his channel later tonight.
Mark, I can't hear you anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't hear the music either. The beautiful background music that you got. I hope you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't think I did anything over here. I don't know. But I'll go to Donkey Kong Country 3 for now. And that's another cool thing here is that the website might not be restored, but sometimes you can find an archived version of it.
Okay, cool. I don't know how to send you a message. Let's see.
Okay, that's okay. I can just what I can hear you on the stream. I can hear you on your stream. So what I could do is just I guess I could listen to you somehow this way. I could listen to you with my headphone, with my iPad. I just wouldn't hear you in real time.
That's all right. You want to load up show inode.com and just hit some of the other favorite sites on Proto Web?
Huh. Okay. Okay. Give me one second, Mark. Let me go get my other headphones just so I can hear you some kind of way for now. I don't know what happened to my sound system though. Hang on.
Okay, cool. So Evan is trying to fix his audio, but thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. This is kind of the first kind of planned live stream we've done on the serial port with a guest, and we'd like to try doing some more. So appreciate any feedback on the setup or how to keep it interesting. And if you have any questions about Dialup Chronicles, what he's doing on Dialup, drop it in the chat and I'll try to get that to Evan before we wrap up.
I'm going to turn off my camera for 1 second, Mark.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. I guess.
What else is going on? Plan to do some more live streams around the holidays. It's always a good time to spin up Windows NT in a VM and run IIS or I think actually both Ben and I, when we were getting into the web in like 96 or so, we both used a web server called Omni, HTTPD. It ran on Windows 95, so you could host a website on Windows 95. I thought that was like so cool. I haven't worked with IIS much. I think I was exposed to it a little bit, but that such like a heavy enterprise feeling web server. And I saw someone else mention they were tuning in from Australia, so we have at least 2 people from down under on the stream. Thanks for joining on this Saturday morning. Oh, cool. And we have someone from Sweden. And I got the time way off in Sydney. Sorry about that. That's funny. It's Saturday afternoon in Sydney. Oh, New Zealand. Hello. The serial port had a radio mention on public radio in New Zealand. The fun little quick interview we did with them. While we're waiting for Evan, I guess I could talk about some other stuff we're doing on the serial port. If you have questions about the serial port, have a BitSurfer ISDN modem. Long-awaited request for content on the channel was ISDN, and say we finally have brought an ISDN connection to life. Working on video concepts around that.
Okay, I think we're
back.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Like sometimes the sound thing I use, if I just touch it wrong, all of a sudden everything stops working. So I don't know what happened. You just went away in my headphones, but I just had to unplug it and replug it. Ooh, AOL spyware protection.
Oh man, this sounds serious. Shoot.
I need to get some. I need to get some. Oh man. Okay, but thank y'all for being patient with me. Appreciate it, Mark.
Yeah, so I think we only have a few more minutes left. We've got a crowd watching now, so let's show them a little bit more of the Proto Web. Do you use iNode?
Yeah, well, this automatically, like when I go, let's see, when I go home, it goes to inode.com, I think. Like, what do you mean when you say inode?
Yeah, so I thought
yeah,
inode.com,
Right.
that's like it's like the hub, like the home.
This is home, yeah. That's correct. We could try watching a video, or we could check the weather.
Oh, dude, do you think will a video work on? You kind of have a slow speed. What can you show us?
What you do is you pause it and you kind of let the video load for a little bit, and then it will play. I mean, I guess I can show it in real time. It'll play for about 11 seconds without having to, until it has to buffer again. But just get an idea of how it works. So that's another thing that Proto Web has done. They have this other whole entire like a YouTube for older computers, Warpstream, and people that are on YouTube register with Warpstream, and then they put their videos on here. And it's just like a much lower resolution of their YouTube video. It's pretty cool. I mean, we should register for it. Your video should be on here for sure, I would argue. LGR is on here. You know, what is his name? Anyway, he's a big gaming computer guy.
Oh, yeah, Clint, LGR.
Yeah, Clint from LGR, and
yeah,
Michael MJD is on here, and I guess we can just click on whatever and just play a little bit of it.
Bytes are flying.
Look at that. Yeah, I used to show this all the time on the stream, and then I want to say JotDot helped me install this program here, and now you can kind of see that, an illustration of that here on the netstat thing, which I like.
Buffering.
Yeah. 44 kilobytes. Look, it went to 38.8 for 1 second. If you saw look, 35.3. So it's like almost there. It's weird because it says the speed limit's 21.6, but then you see on this netstat, it will go up much higher for a couple seconds. So I don't know if I'll be able to hear my audio on the headphones for some reason. So you got to tell me if it sounds too loud when it comes up.
Okay, cool. So it's a real video.
Yeah, it's Real Player. Yeah, there's other ways you can watch it, but Real Player is the thing that works here with this computer. Okay, here we go.
I don't think I ever used Real Player back in the day.
Really?
Is it playing now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't hear anything. Do you hear it?
No, I don't know why. When we, okay, well, maybe having an audio issue, but I think.
I mean, it's so like blurry. I can't even see what is supposed to be in the video.
Yeah, right. It's yeah. That's kind of how it works. I mainly use it to watch like vintage commercials now and stuff like that, but.
Gotcha. There was one other site I saw you on. I wanted to ask about. Wibby, Wibby.
Oh yeah, that's another great site.
What is? I don't know anything about it. What is that?
Yeah, let me go to it now. We'll come back to this. I'll back out of it now because that'll load forever. You can see it's trying to load the video. But we'll go to another even older browser. I have a version of Netscape Navigator Gold 2.02. I have all my homes set to Wibby. But Wibby is also awesome. Wibby was the first thing that really got me finding older websites. And Wibby is just a search engine. You know, you can use it on your phone. You can use Wibby on anything. And what it does is it only has suggestions and websites for things that would work on an older operating system like this. So you search in Wibby, it's not going to just give you anything. It's going to give you things that will most likely work on this browser. But this browser is so old, sometimes websites don't work on here. But you see, like, this is some website that still would work with Netscape Navigator 2.02. And this is in a direct connection. So I'm not using any kind of proxy for this to work, which I think is really neat too. Talking about the Taliban here.
Yeah, that was on my list. Asking about the Taliban next.
Yeah, I thought so. Was that one of those questions you were making sure you could ask me? Yes. I made a joke to my wife. I want like a shirt that says the Taliban. You can't say that though. Anyway. But yeah, like you find all these weird websites.
That's definitely part of the internet experience. You never know what you're going to land on next.
Yeah, so like what I like to do, I'll go back home, but usually I just hit surprise me.
Okay.
And you know, I get all kinds of random weird things. Like here we go. Oh yeah, this is good. Spirit Mythos. Timely Transitions, SM Transformation, Templum Mysterium, Holy of Holies, Consulos, Ancient Memories. It's weird. A lot of older websites that are still up and running are like religious or spiritual or political. It's those three topics: religion, spiritual, political. Like those are the ones that come up the most when I hit surprise me. They just happen to be. And then every now and then you'll find a website where they have pictures of their whole family and like where they live and like pictures of all their house. And I feel like, I'm like, should I be showing this on YouTube right now? They'd freak if they knew I was doing that. But it's just their website's still up. They probably don't even know it. You know?
Cool. Well, what's one last thing to hit before we finish up here on this stream?
Another great browser that I think you can put on any computer, my understanding, is a browser called Retrozilla. And it's kind of like Mozilla Firefox, but for today. Like Retrozilla is a browser designed to work for older operating systems. And so it's just a neat browser to check out. And there's one you can get that's already set up with Proto Web. But like, I love having Retrozilla because there's more modern websites that like people in my channel want me to go to, but I can't get there on Internet Explorer or Netscape Navigator. It doesn't have the tools embedded inside the browser for it to work, but it will come up on Retrozilla. For example, like, you know, anything with HTTPS will not work on Internet Explorer usually, or Netscape Navigator, but it will work on here. So it just gives me more access.
Okay, so they have like a modern SSL support in the old browser.
Correct. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we'll wrap up here. But yeah,
Okay.
Thanks for joining for the live stream, Evan. This is a lot of fun.
Mark, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really enjoy doing this and like getting to talk about what I do with you. It's really fun.
And if you're watching and you want to see more dial-up, Evan's got all you can ask for on his channel, and you're going to be doing a live stream tonight in a little bit.
Like, probably in the next. Yeah, I got it set for 10 officially, but I might go ahead and start in the next 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, go ahead and just. I thought, well, might as well just go straight from this to that. Now I got to do my. Yeah, I got to do the 12 days of dial-up. Well, this is part of the 12 days of dial-up now. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, if you're watching, click the link to Dialup Chronicles, subscribe to his channel, and join the live stream that'll be happening over there shortly. And I'll join that and be following along. And see you there, Evan.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, see you there. Thank you. Really
Sounds
enjoyed
good.